Now the tax season is behind us. It really serves as a great reminder that personal independence comes from financial security. So today we brought in our expert in that area, David Carrier, to answer some of our questions, and it's all about making a plan.
Right.
Why is it important that we plan?
Well, you know, it really kind of depends on what your situation is, why you might want to do one. So, you know, we have people who are older, who are retired now, and for them, making sure that they don't go broke in the nursing home or long-term care, whether it's at-home care, assisted living, not going broke, that's sort of an important thing. And in order to make sure that doesn't happen, planning ahead is a good idea. Then there are some people, present company, you know, accepted, you know, who are, you know, retirement's on the horizon. Mm-hmm. You know, we have a lot of folks who can't wait to be 62 because they're going to start the Social Security planning to retire at that age. Do something else maybe as well. But in order to be ready for that, you've got to put a plan in place. And then finally, we deal with younger families who've got minor kids. And for them, how do I make sure that my kids don't join some cult, or, you know, if something were to happen to us, who gets the kids, and have we made sure that they're going to have the financial security so that they'll have the wherewithal, the independence to go ahead and make their choices, make their dream come true.
And so I just want to know, what is different about the approach at David Carrier Law? What is it that you bring to the table that maybe people wouldn't get from some other kind of plan?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I mean, you have so many choices out there. You can go on the internet. You can do that one. Mm-hmm. There are other law firms. There's financial advisors and CPAs, and everybody has a different idea. I think what's really different about us, I think, and it's not just the follow-through. I don't think anyone else is doing the kind of follow-through that we do. So once you have a plan, then we make sure that it's not just a stack of papers, it's not just a bunch of documents that get spit out of a printer or something like that. Instead, we actually implement. But more important than that, I think, is the planning process. About half of the work is done before you even decide to work with us.
Okay.
So we do these workshops. We have, we call them blueprint meetings. And at the blueprint, it's a one-on-one situation, and it's really what is it about you? What do you want? And that's where the plan starts to come together. So before you ever hire us, the work is almost done.
Yeah, and we're looking at some of the workshop video here. This is an investment that people make by coming to this 2-hour workshop. Not an investment in their money, but a more important investment, perhaps.
Right, in their time. So, you know, we say, oh, it's a free workshop. Well, let's face it, it's not free. It takes time. Mm-hmm. You know, it takes your commitment to come and to pay attention. Now, a week, see, if somebody's watching the show right now, okay, right, at this time, next week, so next Tuesday from 10 to noon, we're doing a workshop over at the Hilton Garden Inn. And that's the new place over on East Beltline. There are nice big rooms there. So if you're pushing a stroller and thinking, oh, I can't come to one of those, I've got the kids. Well, we've got plenty of crayons and coloring books.
Okay.
Right? We'll put you in the back. Don't worry about it. But that is a commitment. And so it's mostly older folks, that's true. But it's also younger families need to get this done as well. And so.
Yeah, so let's talk about the value of making this plan. Why do you think that for people who go through and make the plan that there's a value to that? You
know, it comes from the peace of mind. One of the things we do very frequently with the folks we're working with is we check in with them. So we say, okay, could you tell us how we're doing so far? So at the end of the workshop, there's an evaluation. At the end of the blueprint meeting, evaluation. At the end of design, evaluation. At the end of signing, we ask you to keep telling us, what are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? Because
everybody has a different situation in life. It's really not a one-size-fits-all, and so you need to come to that resolution of, what do I need? What does the DeBoer family need?
That's exactly right. See, so often people focus on, oh, I'm going to avoid probate. Avoiding probate, I'm going to put kids as beneficiaries on my accounts. I will have avoided probate.
It's not as simple as that.
Well, what's that got to do with your family?
Right.
You know, it's just like, okay, that's about probate, I'm really kind of worried about what's happening with the divorce.
Right.
Right.
And then we talk about the whole expense of nursing home care. If one or both of us would need that, I always am afraid of outliving my resources and not being able to pass something down to my children.
Well, and you know what I want to do first, Terry, is to make sure that if you or Bill needs long-term care, the question is not, how do I make sure there's something to leave to the kids? I want to make sure that you and Bill are secure, that your choices count. Maybe you don't want a nursing home. Maybe you'd rather have at-home care. Well, that's possible, but we need the Medicaid, the government programs that are out there, plus your savings. And that's not how it works. Most people, you don't get any help till you're flat, busted, broke.
Right.
Well, that's not going to happen.
And it doesn't have to be that way.
Does not.
It all starts with attending one of the workshops.
Right.
So let's talk about how people will get in touch with you. You have the one coming up next week, but you have them all the time.
We have them all the time. It's the one, I'm pointing out the one at the Hilton Garden, simply because it's a large area. We coloring books and crayons.
Yes.
And we're doing them at 10 o'clock, at 2 o'clock, and then at 6 o'clock. So it's an all-day affair. Come on over. Love to see you there. But we also do them up in Norton Shores by Muskegon. Do them down in Portage by Kalamazoo, and of course over in Holland.
In the Holland area. And of course, DavidCarrierLaw.com will have the complete list of all of those. Thanks, David. Lots of great information.
Thank you.
A great peace of mind to have when you get that plan put
That's
together.
really what it's all about.
Sure is.
Peace of mind.
Absolutely. And stay right there. More of EightWest when we come back. Don't go away.